Yo, we back. It's your boy Papa Penny. All right, we're gonna get right into it. I get this question a lot. Um, hey, how do I get playlisted? How do I get on playlists? How do I get on Spotify playlists? How do I get on Apple Music playlists? I'm going to explain to you how you can do that, and you'll wake up and see your song on their playlist. I've done it before. So, what's the playlist? What's Spotify playlist? For simples, Spotify has their own set of curators who are usually people. Sometimes it's algorithm based. Um, that when your song is submitted to them on your Spotify for artists, they listen to it and they pick which playlist to choose in regards to where to put your song. So if it's a Spanish song, a Spanish reggaeton song, they might put you on there for a reggaeton song. If it's an English rap song, they'll put you on good English rap playlist or R&B or whatever. The playlisting game has changed a lot. It used to be, you get on these big playlists and you kind of go up because a lot of people were tuning into those playlists. Not saying that they're not anymore, but it's more algorithm based. So now your playlisting is more personalized, way, way, way more personalized. So when I go to get on Spotify, my personalized playlist is going to look a lot of different than yours. Um, with that being said, now the algorithm plays a bigger role in picking which song to show the user. So, for instance, I'm a big fan of reparto, the Cuban. It's a Cuban style of music. So, whenever I get on Spotify playlist, I might get recommended a song by El Camel. You might get recommended a song by Jacob Forever. It's going to be different nowadays. Now they still do playlists. Let's look up to see the biggest playlist that they have so far. Still, let's go to Spotify. Back when I was definitely trying to get on playlists, the biggest ones were Rap Caviar. Um, let's look. Let's look. It's been so long. Let's see. Let's go to home. See now, you got all new Latin, but let's see if this is personalized. So this isn't personalized. This is public. So this is something that they created. Let's bring it to the stage here. Second. Boom. All right. So you can see. I'm sorry. There we go. All right. Boom. So you can see how this is a public playlist. So this isn't a personalized one. So this is all new Latin. You got Fade. This is something that someone put together from the Spotify team. This is all the new Latin music. Obviously, not all of them, but the ones that they picked to be curated. Let's see. You got the El Nuevo Indie, Fresh Finds Latin. You see if Rap Caviar is still there. It's been so long since I focused. All right, here we go. So Rap Caviar. Top song is Janice STFU by Drake. Money Over Everything by Future. These are the playlists that are very, very difficult to get onto, especially if you're a new artist. I would focus on creating your own playlist and putting your song on there. They My Music Family have our own playlists. They run y'all through those. We got Peaky by Yachty Ray, Still Buffering, Papa Penny, Picking and Choosing, a little different. B3, Yachty Ray. We still got some songs we need to add. We need to add Pesos Penny songs. But Rap Caviar is very, I don't want to say very difficult. It's possible. Like, anything's possible. You just got to get on their map. You got to get on their radar to get put on there. And these are usually reserved for the top of the top. Now, every now and then you'll see, let's see. Obviously, let's go to Drake, one of the top artists. Excuse me, 92 million monthly listeners. That's a lot. Let's, I don't know why I keep pressing that. I'll go back. All right, let's go back here. Let's go all the way down to the bottom. Who they got? See, they only got 50 songs on here. Ken Carson, Louis, these are big artists. I'm trying to find someone I'm not really familiar with. See, these are usually reserved. Trim. I don't know Trim, so if you're a Trim fan, I'm not familiar. So let's see. 3 million monthly listeners. That's a real decent amount. Most of these people on here, I doubt I will find somebody on here who does not have over 1 million, at least 1 million monthly listeners. I just don't see that happening, to be honest with you. Meek Mill, Nims, I feel like I heard that name before. 6 million monthly listeners. I think. Yeah, so you want to go on something like Rap Caviar, you got to be up there. And these are usually the songs that are very popular. Spin That, very big song right now, very hot song. So what I would suggest is to shoot for the new music. Let's see, new music Friday. That's updated every week by Spotify. So it tells you how many people have saved it. 4.6 million saves. They update this every Friday. So these are going to be your ones, your entry level ones that you can get on. This is the one. My song was a Spanish song, Dices, and it got onto New Music Latin, and then it got onto Fresh Finds Latin, and also I want to say it got onto I can't think of the third one, but I got onto 3 total Spotify playlists. And it's usually the new stuff. Now, I didn't get on Baila Reggaeton. That was the biggest Latin one. That was kind of like Rap Caviar for Latin music. But let's see here. New Music Friday. Let's see if we can find an artist with less than 1 million streams. Obviously, got Future. Future just dropped a new album. So, of course, he's going to dominate the top of the top. But usually you can kind of go down a little lower. And the New Music Friday, I believe, is everything is not just rap. So if you make rap music, you make pop music, this is where you're all going to be at. This is where you're going to be fighting for that spot in here. So let's see. See if we can find someone that's new. Usually they're somewhere in the mix here. I believe they said they had 100 songs. Yeah, so 100 songs in this. So even then, even if you get put in this place, you're one of 100. Like I said, unless you're a bigger artist, you're gonna be somewhere in here now. I'm just gonna pick names that I don't know. So no disrespect to anybody. So let's see, Lareezy. 147,563 monthly streams. So he's not at 1 million streams. It says, I don't know why I'm getting this over here. Let's see if I can take this off. Anyway, 147,563 monthly listeners. Now, usually I may have seen the streams. I might be signing to the wrong profile. Give me 1 second. Make sure I sign it to the right profile so I can see what I am trying to do. Because I want to see how many streams he has. And I want to be able to make sure I want to go through this because this is very interesting. So I am on the correct one. Got the right one. Let's go back. I don't know why, y'all. That's on me. But anyway, let's get back to Lareezy or LA Reezy. Excuse me if I'm saying it wrong. He's a little bit over 147,000 monthly listeners, and he was able to get on the New Music Friday. Let's see if he's been on any other Spotify playlist. So he's on the Northern Bars, Alternative Hip Hop, Fresh Finds Hip Hop, Mellow Bar. See, that's the best thing about Spotify is they create a bunch of different quote unquote smaller um, playlists that you have a better chance of getting on. So once you get on their radar and you get on one of these smaller playlists, then they'll be more open to putting you on the bigger playlist, depending on your song, depending on what's going on with your song. So LA Reezy, I don't know how long he's been releasing music. I'm not very familiar with him. Let's see if I can find some let's go to his discography. So he's touring. So that's awesome. So a lot of people think, oh, I need 1 million monthly listeners. I need 500,000. Oh, he's from New Orleans. Let's see what he got. LA Reezy is a New Orleans born artist, producer, and visionary, redefining independence in hip hop within a lane of his own. He's verified by Spotify. That's a new thing that I've seen. This artist has grown an active fan base to be eligible for review and has met Spotify's criteria for profile authenticity. So, wow, it shows. See, I didn't see any of this. So we can see he has 40,000 followers. That's awesome on Spotify, 147,000 monthly listeners. His biggest cities. So this is good numbers to tour on because obviously he's already on tour. And I don't know how old the brother is, but he's gonna be in London. I don't even know where that is. Atlanta, Washington, Brooklyn. You can tour. You don't need 1 million people following. You can tour. So he can go to, let's go back. 2,800. Let's say 3,000. If you can get half of those people to show up, that's 1,500 people. Let's say you cut that half. That is 700, a little bit over 700 people in a room. That's a good amount of people. That's a good amount of people to perform with and to have a good show and to get everything clipped up and cut up and you can put it on your social media. That's perfect. That's perfect. So that's another thing with these Spotify playlists. They can push you out to more people and you can see where anyone is listening. So I want to see if this is reserved for artists with a substantial following. Let's go to, I'll use myself. Let's see if I'm able. So I'm at 948 monthly listeners. So I'm able to see. So Alcoa, United States, Mexico City, Santiago 12, 10, 72 listeners in Alcoa. Now let's say I want to try to get and go perform there. Y'all got to excuse me because I don't even know where Alcoa is. So if you're from Alcoa, my bad. No disrespect. Let's see where that's from. Where is that? Come on. Tennessee. Hey, it's harder music right there. Tennessee. So in theory, I could figure out a way to promote and go through and say, hey, I'm going to use promotion to promote a show, find a venue down there in Alcoa, and try to get a show down there. So how many people? It says around 72 listeners. I could try to get at least 20 to 30 people come out for a little venue show and travel to Alcoa and see if I can get people to come out. That's something you can do now. You can use Spotify for artists. If you're not on Spotify for artists and you're dropping music, that gives me a headache because why are you not analyzing this stuff? That's neither here nor there. But if you're on there, you can analyze, you can use whatever. Let's go to Spotify for artists. Let's see. Let me share the screen. So this is my music. Like I said, this channel is dedicated to, I'm building a music label, Damar Music Family, if you're new here. I'm showing the ground roots all the way from the bottom to the top. because I believe we're going to rise to the top. Right now, we have a total of 4 artists, and I believe we're going to get to the top. But that's where I was talking about. I want to show you the demographics, not the demographics, the location. So you can see United States. This is for Papa Penny. 494 listeners, 8.3% active, 41 are active listeners. Mexico, 112. Let's see if we can narrow it down to location. All right, we already just went through Alcoa, 72. Mexico City, 18. Santiago and Chile, 12. Brazil, Mexico. So with these numbers, I can look and see, okay, probably obviously a little too early to try to book a tour. But if I want to build my fan base in Tennessee, Alcoa, Tennessee, I can run ads focusing on Alcoa, Tennessee to say, okay, look, I want to bump up and try to get there. Or if I'm like, okay, I want to get a little more local. I don't see Dallas on here. It's a lot of shout out to my Latino community. Got a few in New York. I love going to New York. But let's say I want to focus on Dallas or Houston. One, I can obviously try to make music that's styled in a way that people from Houston or Dallas enjoy, and then try to go that way. Or I can obviously make songs or run ads and direct it toward them to where I can get my music heard and get my fan base up. And then, like I said, have a way where people can follow you and reach out in a way you can get their information. So you can get their email, you can get their number, and then you can go through. I use Link, and you can send them mass emails to say, hey, I got a show. Hey, I got a new single coming out. That way you can have their information and you can send them out new updates. So that's something that you can do now. You don't have to wait until, oh, let me wait till I can. Stop waiting. People, I don't understand what are you waiting on? Wait for what? I don't get that. People tell me, oh, I want to wait, and then once I get this, and then I'll do that. No, start doing that stuff now. There's no reason to wait. None at all. Papa Penny is a newer. I went through a change. I used to go as San Marcos, and that's where I had the beginning of most success. But Papa Penny is a newer artist where I started releasing music. I only have about three releases. New song coming out this Friday. 10 out of 10 with Pesos Pennies. But yeah, like I hear that all the time from artists. Hey, we'll wait, and then we'll wait. No, I don't get what you're waiting on. Now that's me. I'm more of a person like let's go down. What are we waiting on? Let's figure it out now. What are your goals? If you want to do a performance locally, either get out there and run some ads. It doesn't take that much money to run ads. Through this channel, I will show you how I run ads and how I target my ads, and depending on what I'm trying to accomplish. But yeah, it doesn't take anything. Like you can do this stuff now. Like there's no reason to wait. Back to the playlisting. Let's go to, like I said, we have a song coming out this Friday. Now, Papa Penny has not been playlisted yet for Spotify playlist. We're hoping to have that change Friday. That would be awesome. But understanding the label games, usually sometimes they want you to have a decent amount of followings. So I will say, whenever I was uploading music at San Marcos and I was able to get playlisted, I remember my monthly listeners were around 10,000 monthly listeners. And I had maybe around at least 20, almost 30 songs released already. Now, I was still new as far as understanding how to release music and everything like that. Even though I'm uploading music as a different artist, I have a different strategy because I've been there before. So I understand I can kind of fast track some of this stuff. But now I understand you got to give them time. So let's go over one of the first things. I'm more focused on a Spotify playlist for now because At the moment, I'm not sure. I need to look up to see if Amazon Music, because they do playlisting, and YouTube Music. I don't know if there's a submission form and if there's a form that you can submit your song, kind of like how Spotify does. So I'm going to focus on Spotify for now. But you can see here, new release. Make sure your upcoming release reaches listeners far and wide. Check your new release guide. So I need to add a canvas. I already pitched the song, so let's see if we can look at the pitch. Will they let us? All right, here we go. View playlist pitch. So I'm gonna run you down through the pitch. I wish I was doing this early on and going through it. I can show you, I can do it step by step, but you can kind of see where it is. So you have to pick your hometown. So my hometown is Dallas, Texas. So wherever you're based, that's where you'll put. And then you'll put currently based. So if you're from Dallas, but you live in New York, you can put currently in New York. Because the reason why they ask these is because some playlists have a, sometimes Spotify creates like a citywide or citywide type playlist. And they can say first finds in New York City or first finds in Dallas. Here we go. I'm looking right now. I love NYC playlist. So this is created by Spotify. So if you're in New York and you're creating like a New York style type song, or you're just based in New York, you can get picked for the I Love NYC playlist, and Spotify will put your song here. Obviously, got Empire State of Mind, Thing from New York, Frank Sinatra, Party Up, Nueva York by Benito. These are a lot of hits. So, but you can get in there if you keep working hard. But I'm just showing you why it's important to put excuse me, why it's important to put your hometown and where you're currently based. Genre, obviously, you put whatever genre. This song's particularly 10 out of 10 is hip hop. Song styles, I wish I could show you what the song styles were, but it's kind of like Caribbean or Latin or anything like that. Music cultures, none of this song didn't didn't match with any of those moods. It's kind of a sexy, energetic type song. No really instruments. It's mainly just beat packs. This isn't a cover. This is a fresh song that recreated originally. It's not a remix. It says recording. It's going to say live or studio. Obviously, it was picked in studio. It's not an instrumental because that's words on it. And the language is English. And then they're going to ask you to write a description. So in the description, I would suggest putting what's the song about, how it was made, and how you can promote it. Let's see what we have here. 10 out of 10 is an upbeat, melodic hip hop track celebrating undeniable beauty, confidence, and instant attraction. Pop opinion, pesos, pennies. Trey smooth verses over infectious production, painting the picture of a woman who stands out from the crowd. With the catchy hook, feel good energy, and replay value, the record is strong, fit for playlists centered around melodic rap, hip hop, and party vibes. Short and sweet. So I believe you can only use like 500 characters. That's short and sweet. It tells them how the song was made, what the song is about, and where the song is likely to be put, which playlists. So you kind of give them a kind of like a heads up. Hey, put this song in centered around melodic rap, hip hop, and party vibes. It's something that shows, hey, it shows that you know what you're talking about and where you believe your song should be. So in your description, make sure you're putting that. Another thing is, make sure you're promoting the song on social media. I know people are tired of hearing that. Well, how do I promote? You can go on TikTok and say, hey, promotion ideas for my new song. Get on ChatGPT and say, hey, if you just really don't know, promotion ideas. Or you can look up on TikTok and say new music, and it'll show somebody promoting songs. And then just mimic what you see. Like that, you can do that. Start there. Mimic what you see until you can come up with your own original ideas. But until then, just mimic what you see and then do promotion from there. Build up to the song. So this was a plan I had for when I was able to get playlisted. I had a song that I felt like was a big song. I didn't rush to put it out. What I did was I created around 2 to 3 songs that I felt were good, just not hits, but I felt they were good heat seekers to kind of build up the anticipation. So I was sitting at around 2,000 monthly listeners at the moment. I released the first song, promoted it, used some playlist and curators, and built up the audience, released the second song, built up the audience, released the third song. Then I was around 10,000 monthly listeners. Now, a month out, I had submitted the song I felt was a big song, Desus, and it kind of made sense. So I kind of basically compiled everything on top of each other so they couldn't ignore the song, because I wanted to make sure it had its proper due for them to hear it. So whenever I gave them a lot of time, and y'all have 30 days to hopefully reach my song. That way y'all can listen to it and check it out. Whenever they heard the song, okay, this is a good song. Let's go look, we'll see what he's doing. Okay, he has music out already. Wow, his listeners are growing. Okay, it's good. Let's go on his socials, because they're going to look at your social media. His social media is growing. Okay, cool. Maybe we should give this song a shot. What their goal is, especially with these DSPs, is they want people to stay on the app. They don't want anybody to leave the app, because the more you're on the app, the more money they tend to make. So if your song can keep them on the app, if people are listening, they're going to push it and say, okay, let's try to push this out to more people to see if we can get more people to stay. So with that, they felt like, okay, this was a good song. Let's push it. Let's put it on these free playlists and see how it goes. And when I tell you, I remember going to sleep. It came out in May of 2022. And I woke up and I remember seeing, let's go here. You can see on it'll show you how many people are listening right now. 0 people are listening right now. I remember waking up and I saw 40,000 people listening. Never seen that before. Very excited, very shocked. I was very happy. And how I knew I was on the playlist, one was obviously you saw how many people were listening. And 2, I got an email saying, hey, your song has been added to this. I'm gonna see if I can find the email real quick. That way you can see what it looks like, because I want to show you what the email said. Just give me a moment to make sure I can find this. I don't have the correct email, but anyway, I was able to see, like, hey, it sends you out email. So you're not going to know that they put you on the place until the day of. You're going to receive the email. I was hoping that maybe, they let me know a week before and say, hey, we selected your song. It's going to be here. They don't. They let you know after the fact. So you won't know until your song is released. After, let's say you get put on the Spotify playlist, make sure you get on your socials. Thank you, Spotify. Thank you, Spotify, for artists. And then promote the playlist. Promote whatever. If they put you on Fresh Finds Latin, promote it. Hey, go check me out on Fresh Finds Latin. Because like I said, you're driving users to the platform, and that's what they want in the end. This is primarily focused on how to get on playlists. So obviously people might be like, well, I'm not making that much personal. Okay, this is just how to get on playlists. This is for the people that's asking, how do I get on playlists? So that's why I'm explaining that. But promote the song, promote the playlist that they put you on. Make sure you say thank you, reach out, and they'll appreciate your generosity, and then they're more likely to try to put you on more playlists, especially if the song is good and it kind of coincides with what you're already releasing. So, if your first song doesn't get on there, your second, it took me 20 songs to finally get on it. Now, to be fair, I did come up with a good strategy. That's just something I recommend. Come up with a strategy. And also, whenever you do achieve it, know that that's not the end all be all. Have a plan of, okay, after this happens, how am I going to throw fire on it? Am I going to release a music video? If I haven't already, am I going to go perform the song on different platforms? On Instagram, am I going to do a live version of? I don't know. Figure out a way to keep adding gas gasoline to the flame. Because once you get on there, you got to keep that attention, and that's the hard part. The hard part is not getting the attention. The hard part is keeping the attention. So I want y'all to remember that. Have a plan to how to keep the attention on you once you get it. So that was real quick on how to get on Spotify playlists. If you're joining now, just jump on later. I mean, I keep this live up so you can go back through and see how you can get on there. All right, next up. I didn't talk about this yesterday. Also got the QR code if you want to buy a Daymar Music Family t-shirt. If you want to support the label, definitely appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. This is my full-time job is running a music label. So everyone who supports by buying a shirt, streaming our music, buying our music on Even, consuming our content, you are helping a young independent label succeed. So thank you. Anyway, let me show you all the shirts. I'm going to have the shirts soon where I can wear it. I can show you what it looks like. But this is shirt. It's only $20. You can go on our website, DaymarMusicFamily.com, purchase a shirt. We ship it out to you. Thank you in advance. Maybe we'll have a little thank you note from me personally, handwritten. Whenever I get big, you're going to have these. It might be worse. But, I appreciate you to everybody who can support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A million times thank you. Let's go with this Jay-Z freestyle. The second one. Now, first, obviously, he did a freestyle at the Roots Picnic. And I didn't go over that one. He did another freestyle. I want to break down that one. Make sure I'm spelling this correctly. Jesus Christ. Can I spell? Can I spell, please? Please let me spell. Let's go. Let's go to YouTube. Let's get to YouTube. YouTube is one of my favorite platforms. Gotta love you some YouTube. Let's get this on. Let's get this on the screen, y'all. Get this on the screen. All right. Jay Zizzle, Jigga, Hove. The jig is up. According to Drizzy. Let's see, freestyle. Let's get this up there. Does this show the whole freestyle?
That Target, no exclusive. They only doing what Apple and Walmart did. You shopping at Amazon?
Hold on. Let's see if we can get them with the subtitles because I gotta shout out to DJ Academics. He's already been on this. And well, shout out to Ac. He's quick. He's quick. I'm trying to get on their level. All right, let's see. Can we get it with the subtitles? My hearing is not the best, y'all. You gotta pray for me. I'm getting older. I'm getting up there. Does this one have subtitles? Fuck it. All right.
That Target, no exclusive. They only doing what Apple and Walmart did. You shopping at Amazon or you boycott? You posting on Instagram? That's Meta, boy. Stop it. Y'all know Google owns YouTube. You picking and choosing the politicking as usual.
All right. So obviously he's referencing Jay-Z received a lot of, I don't know, I don't want to say a lot, but it was a decent amount of criticism for his Target Reasonable Doubt release. Because they were doing a the Black community was participating in a boycott of Target based on I believe they said they removed DEI. I'm not familiar all the way, but Jay-Z came out with a collaboration with Target where you can go get the vinyl for Reasonable Doubt or get the CD. Oh, they're selling cassettes too. I didn't know that. That's my first time seeing that, y'all. Oh, look, let's look at the ratings. Uh-oh. People already. Let's see if we can. see the reviews. I see these reviews. Oh, all right. See, people already down, 1 star. Not going to say that word. Side. Okay, now this is a real review. Side A skips. I read a review that said it would skip, but decided to purchase, and there's visible imperfections. Back to exchange. All right. Perfect spins. The reason, okay, someone trying to rap. Yeah, so he didn't he got some good reviews on here. Skips all through. That's obviously somebody just trolling. Go. That might be somebody trolling that didn't even buy it. Don't do pre-order. Could have just bought at the store, had it already, did pre-order and still hasn't arrived. So that's somebody that's mad at the shipping. Well, obviously you can see on some of the reviews, man, people, accused him of selling out because the Black community is still participating in a boycott and in regards to Target. Let's go through the rest of this freestyle. You still got picking and choosing, saying, okay, well, y'all are on Facebook and Facebook's on, and that's Meta, and Google owns YouTube, and he's trying to point out the hypocrisy.
They digging deep for narratives. It's embarrassing. They run out of characters, had to bring back up Cap again.
All right, now he's better go into the Colin Kaepernick thing. Another touchy subject.
Buddy took a check. I ain't even mad at him. But along with that check, got to sign a non-disparagement. I'm the one they can't control. Y'all better be glad as him.
So apparently he's getting into the Kaepernick thing. So obviously, if y'all remember, Kaepernick was kneeling during the national anthem in protest for in police brutality and injustice around the United States, and he was pretty much blackballed from it and kicked out of the league. And a lot of people, wanted to boycott the NFL and not watch games. And Jay-Z and Roc Nation was one of the teams that got behind Colin and tried to, I believe, get him back in the NFL. And I remember they had the big meeting with Roger Goodell, the commissioner of the NFL, and they were trying to either get Colin on the team. Apparently, they got him a workout. This is all source, so you can look up the sources on your own. I'm not a journalist. I'm a record label and entertainment company owner. But they got him a workout with an NFL team. Apparently, everything was supposed to be at one location. And then they're saying at the last second, Colin Kaepernick changed and said, I'm not going to be there anymore. I'm going to be at another location, which is around 30 minutes to an hour away. Rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. That was the end of Cap. Still never got to play with another NFL team after that. So Jay-Z is alleging that Kaepernick took a check, and he also possibly signed the NDA, saying he can't talk about certain things. I don't know. But Jay-Z saying he can't be controlled. I will say a lot of the narrative around Jay-Z could be, according to social media, could be changing and trying to show that he doesn't have the pull that he has once had, and people are looking at him as slimy and things like that. That's their opinion. I have a different opinion, but I'm just going off of based on with social media. But a lot of people saying out of that deal, Colin never got on the team, and Jay-Z became over the Super Bowl performances and got to pick, and people had a problem, say, with that. And, I don't know. It depends wherever you fall on whose side you're on with that. But that's kind of the controversy that he spoke to.
I'm the one they can't control. We better be glad it's him. $500 million back in the community. That's just good math for him. I don't listen to Twitter activists. They type and I laugh at them.
So, like I said, he's going at social media saying, look, I don't listen to Twitter activists. People on social media have been criticizing Jay-Z a bunch. Are they real people? Are they bots? I don't know, but I do know all of them aren't bots, and there is a lot of criticism going on right now.
There's really no comparison. Y'all check my stats again. I'm bringing folks home to their family. Laws get passed because him. You can like it or not. We don't do no ass kissing.
So Jay-Z saying that, hey, I'm a reason why some people come home, as far as, I guess, maybe some prison reform, and he gives money back to the community.
Drug dealer, you might not like the packaging, but my presence is the president. My gift is rapping. Oh shit! Let's get on some Brooklyn shit.
All right, so that was short and sweet. Nothing too crazy. The Roots Picnic one really had everybody on fire because that one went for a while longer. But I mean, that's how Jay-Z's feeling right now. He's showing that, hey, he's kind of like explaining his side and certain things. Usually when Jay-Z has something to say, he's going to come out and say it. He is more quiet as kept sometimes. But that's just where it is. So, in my opinion, it really just depends on how you feel. Some people trust Jay-Z, some people don't. So it's just up to you. Lastly, let's get into my next moves as CEO. So we're going to some new music, as we all know, as I told you guys. Got a new song coming out. 10 out of 10. Papa Penny featuring Peso Spin. Let's go to the hyperlink page. You can pre-save the song. Link is in my bio. It's a great song. I could preview it here, but I mean, it comes out in 2 days, so no reason to preview it now. Also, I am going to join, most likely the label's going to join A2IM. It is a basic association for independent labels. Something I'm very excited about. Probably looking to join here in the next few weeks. As I experience that, I will be showing everything and giving my review on how it is to join them. I believe I'm not going to go into it. If you want to look into A2IM, especially as an independent artist or independent label, make sure you look into them, do your research, and figure out if you want to join them. Like I said, right now we only have about 4 artists, and we're all looking to keep pushing, keep everything going, and keep the flame going. Dropping new music, dropping new visuals. So I'm gonna have a bunch of content and visuals coming out. I will be at SwapCon in Dallas next Saturday, July 25th, I believe. Yes. So SwapCon Dallas, getting content there and gonna be doing videos. That's all I got for y'all today. Appreciate you for checking out the live. Thank you to everybody that's checking us out. Like I said, this is Damn My Music Family. I'm independent. We are an independent label, and I'm documenting everything from nothing to a lot of success. So I will say right now, I don't think we're at nothing. I think we're doing very good. We have music coming out, branding. Like I said, you can check out our website, check out our artists, new music. Please, check out the shirts, purchase a shirt. It's a good way to support the label. Thank you. Stream My Music. And catch y'all tomorrow, 1 p.m. Like I said, I'm going to be streaming every day. If I'm not streaming the next day, I will let y'all know. But that's all I got. Y'all have a good one. Catch y'all next time.